Deutsche Telekom falls 7%, leading European markets lower on news of the antitrust lawsuit against the potential AT&T and T-Mobile merger. UK-based commodity trading firm Glencore offers $1.2 billion to take over South African coal producer Optimum Coal. S&P futures are down 0.5% as investors take profits ahead of today's ISM manufacturing data and same-store sales numbers. I'm Jill Malandrino, and the call starts right now.
Good morning, I'm Scott Rudd, the Chief Strategic Officer with T3Live.com, and I'm psyched to be back.
And I'm Jill, and together we bring you the morning call. Scott, welcome to a new trading month. We're walking into a big economic data day, same-store sales, and what happened last month? Walk us through that.
Well, last month you saw that big decline. So everyone's saying that August was the worst month of the year, but if you're following this show and you're trying to actively invest in trade, it wasn't so bad for you, because we had that head and shoulders pattern that triggered that should have got you very light or close to cash. And then last week, Jill, we talked about that new confirmed rally once we saw that setup happen on Wednesday or Thursday. Right. So I want to show the chart and show what people could have seen to get at least a limited damage and then also be opportunistic. So let's take a look. Here was that chart of that head and shoulders. I'm sorry to bring it up, but I want you guys to see because it happens often. Here's your left shoulder, your head, your right shoulder. This is when you could have lightened up. This is when August wouldn't have been so bad for you. Here was that huge decline lower. Then you had that reversal day. This is your day one saying, you know what, maybe you can get back in this market. So let me take it a little bit closer for you so you can see. So here is your day one, okay? Then you had a reflex move back up, came back down to retest the lows, and then this was when IBD put us back in a confirmed rally. This was your green light to go from tier one, testing this lower level, to potentially tier two for what you saw as a breakout above this descending trend line or this lower wedge right up into some resistance right here.
This can be an interesting day, though, because it's September 1st, so we have a new trading month. It's the first Thursday of the month. So not only do we have all this economic data coming out, including jobless claims, we also have same-store sales. So I want to talk about the retail sector and the consumer.
Yeah, well, the retail group, this sector, bounced back really well. This is a sector to continue to look at. I know there's going to be some problems with the hurricane to figure out numbers, but if you look at the ETF, you'll see the RTHs acted very well. You know, I just showed you the lower wedge in the markets. This ETF already came back to test, you know, the support that becomes resistance, and it's coming up into its 50-day moving average. So right now, it could use a little bit of a rest and perhaps a retest of the 102 or maybe even 100 level. Hopefully, if you got involved in this lower wedge and added as it broke above, you know, maybe you sell some into this area because this is resistance. You can always buy a little bit back, but I would stay at least with the tier one in retail.
Well, same-store sales can also be interesting for the first Thursday in October because since Irene impacted August, September, a lot of sales could be pushed forward. But I want to move out of retail.